Wish I was playing Skyrim.
Hey! I'm getting new! And I just brought up brand new Skyrim VR!
Okay. I just got out of the new Skyrim VR! Skyrim is a game for big boys. This game has books and lore and long conversations and massive loading time, so you need to be a big strong boy if you want to deal with this game. I've never met anyone where I've gone, so you play Skyrim? And they go, yeah, and you go, did you like it? And they go, fuck no mate, I was bored as shit! And I think the only person who didn't really enjoy Skyrim was me.
Hey there guys, Kgamer 4 here, and today, playing something a bit new.
I was far more interested in playing Minecraft and that was about it. But I could never enjoy the game. I think that just at the time I didn't have the patience for it. I couldn't be asked to read lore books. I couldn't be asked to listen to politics about a world that isn't even real. It seemed far too common that I'd hear the same voice actor and he would normally walk up to me and say the same generic lines of, "There's a thing you have to get and you're very special. Mount Anubis and take the amulet of because you're 3D. It's like shut the fuck up! I just want to fucking slay dragons!" So I got bored of the game really quickly. From hearing this, you'd assume that I really dislike Skyrim and that I just never enjoy it. It's just not fit for my personality. And that was true. All up until one very fateful day. In the original Skyrim, I was never able to feel fully immersed. I was never able to really connect with the character I was playing as. I never cared about who my character was or where he was going or who the Dragonborn was. I didn't care about the cities. I didn't care about the war. I didn't care about any of the plot in this game, so it never grabbed me. But when you're actually there, when it's VR, like I am now, when you're actually in the towns, when you're actually face to face with the kings and things, it makes it feel so much more important. When you're actually stood there and a big robed man says to you, "You are the Dragonborn," you fucking believe it, dude. Where Fallout 4 and Doom VR felt like a game transferred over to VR, Skyrim VR feels like a game that was meant to be in VR. When I'm actually there and I could look down at my sword and I look up at a fucking life-size dragon before me and I actually have to fight it, and you're like facing real internal fears, looking at like a fucking house-sized dragon before you, and you have to fucking fuck it, mate, and you just start running at it. It's amazing! A long, boring conversation with a Jarl about the state of his town is no longer boring, because you just walked into his home and you're like, shit, this is this guy's home. All the guards are looking at you, you're like, fuck mate, they're giving me weird eyes. When you speak to him, he looks you dead in the eyes and speaks to you. And you can turn around, and when you turn back and you walk over here, he's looking at you, he's speaking right to you. So you really feel what he says, you're paying attention. I get social anxiety in this game, walking up to NPCs. It feels so real. When I pass someone and they turn over and say, "How's your day?" I'm like, "Oh, fine." Like I would in the street, like I'm really awkward and like, oh shit, someone's talking to me. So do I have to wear this the whole episode? As interesting and immersive as all that is, I still did pay £50 for this game and I want to get my worth out of it. So I stopped standing around in Riverwood, just looking at everyone and talking to them, and I went on a little adventure.
I'm going on an adventure!
As always, my first instinct is murder, so I pulled out my bow and arrow and I shot a wolf directly in the asshole. I pulled back on the string, and I felt the tension of the bow because the controller vibrates, and then I got the aiming ability, and that was the end of it being hard. In the actual normal game, you can hold your breath to try and get a more precise shot, but obviously in real life, you just hold your breath to get a more precise shot. So instead they changed it where when you click it, a little crosshair appears. But what's the point of that? I'm supposed to learn how to shoot a bow and arrow. Could you imagine how easy it would be to bow and arrow in real life if when you went to shoot the bow and arrow, a fucking ghostly crosshair appeared and made it really easy to shoot things, and it didn't make any sense. See, I get it that you're the Dragonborn and you have superpowers or some shit and you can like shout really loud, but why can I see a crosshair? That is definitely not an ancient Dragonborn ability. There is a mod that removes it though, so you just download that pretty much. If you're on the PSVR though, you're fucked, so. But it didn't bother me that much. Really, I was just happy that the bow and arrow didn't function like the guns in Fallout 4, and I ventured on further. I entered a cave. It was very spooky and dark. I pulled the torch out. It felt fucking insane, dude. If you've never held a torch in Skyrim VR, it feels fucking cool. You like, I don't know why, your brain thinks it's real. I kind of felt the heat on my arms. There were cobwebs on the wall. I was like, oh shit, what's gonna be down here, dude? Skeletons, goblins. And it was a fucking spider! I proceeded to piss my pants, drop on the floor and scream. It then came over the top of me and started biting my face. At this point, I'd chosen to die, and I started choking myself out. I had my eyes closed so I couldn't see it, but I could still hear it. I could hear its big legs just fucking crambling around me. My eye, you know, I started going a bit purple. I couldn't really see too well, and then breath was going. I woke up a couple hours later and I wasn't dead, but I swore if I ever played the game again. I didn't play for 3 days. Listen! Don't put the spiders in the VR game! They look real! It wouldn't be that bad if they were like, you know, slightly small and I had a machine gun. But they're fucking like the size of a car, and I have a fucking sword! And it doesn't even cut its legs off it, like, oh god, it's horrifying! They're so large and they look at you and they've got so many fucking eyes and you can see the hair and there's so many legs! So I installed the No Spiders mod. All the spiders are now bears. It's much easier to deal with. Of course, VR is always about movement. Who's getting it right, who's getting it wrong. Full locomotion. Mwah! Mwah! Come here, Bethesda. Come on. They did it. They did it. Could you imagine how much worse this game would be if I had to teleport everywhere or dash everywhere? Dashing. The option for teleportation is there. There's also like an FOV reduction that slowly brings a vignette around your vision to make everything feel a bit less real so you don't get motion sickness. Another important point when making a VR game is full immersion. Combat was never taken seriously enough in Skyrim. I don't think the developers realised that while making an RPG game, you're also very much making an action game. So much time in Skyrim is spent in actual combat, and it was not given the treatment it deserved, but bringing it to VR does make it a little better, being able to actually swing your sword in any way that, you know, you really want to. It just works like the actual game. If you left click on an enemy, that's it. If I swing my sword, so annoyingly the best tactic for Skyrim VR is to get 2 swords, walk up and go. You just do constant damage. It sucks, man. It sucks that it's that easy to cheat the combat system. In other ways, it is pretty good. The shield is mwah. When you pull out your shield, it's going to be slightly see-through. Then when you actually block, it goes. You fully see it, and it really feels like you're blocking it with the vibrations of the controller. When someone hits your shield and it vibrates, and you're hanging like, oh shit, dog. Nearly every Bethesda game gets a lot of shit for the amount of bugs that are in it, but I didn't experience that many bugs on my playthrough. I experienced some bugs, that's for sure. One thing that really broke Fallout 4 for me was the fact that I couldn't hold my gun with 2 hands. It ruined it for me. Holding a minigun with 1 hand isn't real. There's nothing like that in this game. There's not that one constant thing breaking it for me. So I was able to play Skyrim for 6 hours the first day I got it, and I was immersed the whole time. I was completely unaware that the real world existed. And a message to Bethesda: don't you ever fucking do dashing ever again, I swear to God. Look at me in the eyes, look at me, and you promise to me you will never do dashing ever again. Anyway guys, that's all from me. Like the video, please. My channel is dying. But until next time, I am the Stuffed Bun. Fist to the door! Hey guys, you want some nice t-shirts, hoodies, trousers, and various other clothing items? Well, IntoTheAIM.com has some great stuff, and you can get it extra cheap because you watched my video. Click the link in the description and use coupon code Kgamer at checkout for 10% off of all purchases. Thanks for watching this one, guys. This one took about 3 weeks to actually get done, so likes and comments and all that are very much appreciated. Follow me on Twitter. You check out my Discord. So I think that's it. There are other reviews you can watch here, and I'll be back at probably in like another month for another video with no views. I'll see you then.